Hey everybody, Superfluous Jay here, playing more Kerbal Space Program. And the refueler is on its way to the moon, and as you remember from last episode, we lost the collision device that was alongside this due to, let's say, a technical problem on the ship. So they happen to have a collision device up on Nye Island, and it also happens to be around morning there, so we're going to launch from Nye Island a collider ship. And it's not quite morning yet, and there's also some issues with the terrain that, let's say, they're being resolved. And let's go ahead and go to the tracking station. No, let's not go to the tracking station. Let's back out of the tracking station and go to the launch pad. Here we go. And let's load up Crasher. $40,000. This is a lot of money for essentially a ship that will crash into moon. But I want to get this done, so I want to, because I think it's cool. So we're going to launch this thing and get it into a collision with moon, and then take care of the refueler and everything. I just realized he's completely set up wrong to launch from here, which kind of sucks. He's set up to perfectly launch from Kerbal Space Center. But when we put him here on Nye Island, he's facing north. So we need to rotate him 90 degrees plus maybe another click. So let's go ahead and let's actually revert to vehicle assembly and fix that. Need to revert him to the right. Let's go ahead and there we go. Select a part to rotate. We're going to rotate the root part. We're going to first of all rotate it back so he's upright. Then we're going to fix these because I just realized they're completely wrong. Please hold. There we go. That should be fine. Oh no, these aren't wrong. It's oh boy, it's these things that are wrong. They are very poorly set up on the... There we go. That's better. Excuse me while I fix my ship. Okay. Now we're going to rotate 3 again. We're going to click him. We're going to rotate him 90 degrees to the right. And then one more. And that should be pretty close. And we're going to launch. And I hope I'm not wrong, and it's supposed to be 90 degrees to the left. We'll find that out in just a moment. I said we'll find that out in just a moment. There we go. Now we are aimed not far. No, I think too far, actually. Yeah, we rotated it too much now. Ay. Please hold. I'll be right back. All right, I got it. All I got to tell you is don't try to do polar coordinates in your head while talking into a microphone. But anyway, so we're aimed basically 90 degrees. This thing sort of self-launches, and we are going to go in 3, 2, 1, launch. What I like to do here is as soon as we get up to a surface velocity of 100, excuse me, 100 meters per second, I'm going to lock it to prograde and then let it go on its own. We've got the antenna down there. Got Kerbal Space Center up here. I'm sure we won't accidentally destroy it with our SRBs. Yeah, we'll be fine. So, yeah. Oh, look at this. We're launching right into the sun. That's just beautiful right there. There go the SRBs into the ocean, and there's not much to do. Obviously, we are not launching from a perfectly equatorial location, and we're also launching ever so slightly north, which is probably bad. But I will come back when this thing is in orbit. I'm just basically going to let this thing sit, and we're going to end up, if you look here, right now we're coming up like this. We're gonna end up with an orbit kind of like this. And we are out of fuel. Okay. So, we are at 68, 69, 70. Okay, we're going to kill the engines. We are going to ditch the fairings. We are also going to ditch this stage with, I think this is a Mastodon, yeah, with the Mastodon engine. And this looks a lot like the ship that, the refueler ship. It's just I took all the stuff off the top and I put a satellite here. The goal is to crash this all into the moon, very close to the seismic station. And then this will be flying overhead to relay the data back to Kerbin. That's the plan. We'll see how well that works. This ideally is going to become a relay satellite, but if it just does a flyby, then it just does a flyby. I'm kind of okay with that. So let's go ahead and plan our ejection to the moon. The moon is right here. So somewhere, I don't know exactly where, but right around here looks about right. Should get us... Oops, I don't want to focus view. I want to set this as a target. What is our... Oh, yeah, we're actually off by a decent amount here. Let's actually focus back on our ship so we get this back here. I kind of would like to... maybe get a connection closer to here. What is our periapsis if we do this burn? Okay, our periapsis is above 0 if we do this burn, so let's go ahead and focus view on the moon again and see if we can clean this up a bit. If we go here, we want to definitely come in on this side because the station is right here, so we kind of want to swing in this way and let the moon kind of clip us and kill us. So if we change our time, that's gone. We go this way. There we go. That's better. We can fix the north and south eventually. Let's slow down a little bit. There we go. And maybe slow down one more. Or a bunch more. Just to get a collision here. And then what I'm going to do is turn on trajectories, which I have fixed. And that's... yeah, see, that's gonna send us into the back of the moon. So we wanna slow down more. Bring this around. Where are we colliding? We're colliding. Yeah, see, we're colliding basically on the bottom of the moon, which is actually fine. Because as long as we're coming in parallel to this thing, we should be able to fix our normal out here. So that should be good. 683 meters per second. It's a minute-long burn. Let's go ahead and aim at it. And it looks like we might actually have solar panels in the sun while aimed at it, which is always a plus. Yeah, should be in the sun. Should be fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit F5. Let's check our thing here. This is in 2 hours. This is in 30 minutes. So we'll do this one first. I added these just so we knew where the refueler was, because I don't want to lose our refueler while we're doing this stupid little collision burn just to get some science. We're basically trading money for science here at not a great rate because we already spent this money, but what are you gonna do? Okay. I've also installed Kerbal Engineer specifically for the landing target marker. I haven't figured out how to get it to work yet, so there's that, but we'll see what happens here. Looks like we're gonna pass just over this thing. It might be kind of cool to see it here. You know, I love watching our spent stages go by. Going to be kind of similar to the last time we did this, only we're closer to Kerbin and it. And now we're about the same distance from it. But yeah, just mostly have to ignore all these white lines except for the one that attaches to Moon here. We have no connection to Kerbal Space Center, so we're going to have to wait until we stop our burn here to fix it. There we go. That's probably good enough. Another thing is, I think I forgot to extend this antenna. Still doesn't give us a connection, mostly because I think, yeah, we have the same problem we had before. So let's go to the tracking station. And we'll move Kerbal Space Center back to where it was so that we have a DNS there. DSN. Not DNS. The problem with our probe was it had a DNS. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So let's fly it. But now we have a connection, so we can do this, and then around halfway to the Moon, we can add a maneuver here. Let's focus on Moon again. And now we want to, at our other maneuver, we want to slow down a little bit. There's too much going on. Let's bring it north. There we go. This is what we want. We want to bring it north. See, I'm watching this X here. Then we want to, looks like speed up. Yeah, speed up a little bit. Bring it north again. That's going to make it a little hard to get our orbiter on it, but we'll have to, like I said, if the relay fails, the relay fails. It just has to hit the Moon second if that all works out. So let's give it a, oops. Give it a little more speed. I would like to hit as close as possible, get the most science we can. I think that's pretty darn good there. So let's go ahead and aim at that. It's in an hour and 45 minutes, which is after the refueler crosses the sphere of influence, but before it needs its maneuver node. So I think we're going to add a maneuver node alarm here. And then we're going to jump to the refueler, just to make sure he crosses the sphere of influence correctly. I would just hate for this to fail because of me. Okay. Now we are 8 minutes from the crasher going, so let's go ahead and jump to him. Okay, I don't know how he wandered off of his maneuver node, but that's just the way it works sometimes. We've still got solar panels mostly in the sun. Definitely want to do everything with our focus on the Moon. We're going to do the burn, and then we're going to delete the maneuver node and then tweak the burn to be perfect. Okay, so if we delete this, we need to go a little bit different ways here. Okay, I think we need to slow down. This is a guess. Based slightly on my knowledge of what happened when I was doing the maneuver nodes. Yeah, okay, there we go. And that should be very, very close. So now I'm going to hit F5 here. I said I'm going to hit F5 here. There we go. Then I'm already aimed retrograde, which is wrong for this. I think I'm going to add a sphere of influence change alarm. So this happens in a day. So let's go ahead and take care of the refueler first before we do anything here. Because the refueler has a maneuver node in an hour and a half. Let's aim him at that maneuver node. And I believe this maneuver node is the one to get him an encounter with the space station. And I think also there's going to be a big plane change, if I remember correctly. So let's go ahead and check that out. Yeah, this is just to slow down so that we can do the plane change way out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Why does it feel like I'm not controlling from the right place? I am. I guess I'm doing a lot of radial because if I just slow down, we'll crash into the moon. So this was a poorly planned effort, basically, is what we're talking about. But we have plenty of fuel, so I'm not that concerned. Let's go ahead and slow down to, or go down to 0 seconds, and boom. This is the problem when you play disparately over multiple days. You forget what your plan was. I'm just assuming a lot of times that my plan was valid, and I'm not 100% sure that is the case in this thing here. But you know, we're slowing down, we're getting an orbit that we want, and you know, hey. Okay, that's good enough. So now if we set this guy as our target, we can see out here we need to fix this. Our descending node is 34.5. Whoops. Let's delete that and start again here. Add a maneuver. Descending node, so we want to burn this way. And slow down. And do this. Okay, that should be pretty close to perfect here. With the one problem that we're crashing. So let's do this here. Just clicking each one of these until we get, there we go, 0 and perfectly matched. As perfectly matched as I can expect it to be. Okay, let's add a maneuver node alarm. This is actually in 5 hours and 1 minute, and then the crasher enters the moon sphere of influence in 5 hours and 15 minutes. So that's cool. We don't need this maneuver node alarm. We just need to, let's just warp to it. You can see the space station orbiting the target. That's pretty cool. You can see it orbiting on the nav ball. Okay, so here we are. We're aimed correctly, at least for the most part. Get down to 0 seconds. And make sure. I want to more concerned about this being perfectly executed than I am it being at the perfect time. That should, though, be pretty close to perfect. It is. We're going to reset our target. And then we need to burn prograde a very, very, very tiny amount. Just want these to be together. There we go. Now, add our periapsis. We are going to add a maneuver to slow way down. And connect our things together. This one is too much, so we need to go one more. I just want this purple one to come around and touch the other purple one. Right there. That's good enough. And then we're going to add a maneuver node alarm for this. And that's in 5 hours. So Crasher enters the sphere of influence in 11 minutes. Let's go ahead and jump to it. And when he enters the sphere of influence, we're gonna see what's going on here. Let's go ahead and let's just warp to here 15 minutes from now. Delete this alarm. Okay, we are colliding with the moon. Right there. So we are going to aim retrograde. And we are going to hit the spacebar. Yes. Okay, so now we need this to be our target. So now it is. We need also this to be aimed at the sun. It now is. Now our target, we and our target are both hitting the moon there because I made the thing be 0 amount. So here's what I don't know. I'm going to hit F5. Let's actually set up a maneuver node right here. It's in 1 hour. Yes, we can do this. We can do this all in one thing. So I'm going to hit F5. And now I'm going to burn, I think north, to be honest. I think north. Let's go ahead and aim normal. And let's just burn until we don't encounter the moon anymore. There we go. And now what I don't know, though, is will this thing have a connection to us or somebody then? This is what I'm trying to encourage is not losing our connection to him at the time. So let's go ahead and... Oh, plus I did target normal, which is weird. There's no such thing as target normal. But you know what? It worked. So... Oh, I see why it worked. That's funny. Okay, it doesn't really matter. The important thing is we're going to be passing out above the thing. So let's just see if this works. Let's time warp to here. And we're heading there. Our target's there. If we do this... Vessel Lake. See, he has a connection to us right now. What I don't know is if he'll still have the connection when this thing hits. Let's go ahead and warp here. Also, let's also turn off trajectories. It looks like he will. Looks like he's gonna have a connection to us and to Kerbin, and to Kerbin through us. Let's just fast forward normal. Yeah, looks like we're fine. Let's switch to this guy and watch it happen. There it is. There's our there's our station. We're gonna be just a kilometer or two from it, which is awesome. The one thing I don't have is Kerbal Engineer doesn't show me where I'm going to land. I don't know if that's because I don't have a probe core on me. or I did something wrong. But here we go. How close are we going to be to this thing? 2 kilometers? 1 kilometer? Somehow, it did not crash. And it did say it was transmitted back to Kerbin. However, sorry about the... we got 1.112 science because almost nothing crashed. Maybe we'll get lucky and this thing will crash in a second here. Again. Because I should get like 200 science. There we go. 14 science. And there's more stuff flying off. I'm going to hit F9. And we're going to try this again without following the thing down. Because it should have, I mean, it was traveling at a bajillion meters per second here. So we know we can go, yeah, see, I don't want to go orbit normal. What I want to do is go orbit radial out. Yes. Actually, no, I don't. I want to go kind of a mix between the two. The other way, though. Actually, I just want to go north. Make it 11. Okay. So now we know it probably works. Let's go ahead and set this as our target. Where'd he go? There he is. Check our vessel links. Everything looks good. And we are going to have a connection when this thing crashes as it goes down. I wish I could watch it in a cooler way, but just pretend we're watching it the way we watched it before. And boom. 163 science. That is good enough for me. And now we're going to also have, let's set this back to just regular links. We're going to add a maneuver here to slow this guy down so we get a nice polar satellite. And we'll do it about like that, and then we'll raise his periapsis up to closer to his apoapsis. So we get a little more use out of him. So let's go ahead and aim at that. This is in 3 hours. This is in 8 minutes. So let's go ahead and do it. There we go. And then out at our apoapsis, we'll speed up to make it a nice big wide orbit. There, that's probably about right. And that is in 1 hour and 3 minutes. This is in 3 hours. So let's go ahead and go to that. And once we get this orbit established, sadly, one of the shortest episodes I've done in a while, I'm going to call this a day. We basically didn't get any further with the refueler than we had before. Let's go ahead and jump to it, though, and just leave on a low note here. Next episode, we're going to actually dock the refueler to the spaceship, and we're going to go back to our anomaly hunting and get that done. But I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope maybe you learned something. I definitely did. I had to do a couple test runs offline before I figured out exactly how to get a relay to the thing, and I didn't know I was going to be able to get the relay into an orbit. But now also we have 2 relay satellites around Moon, which is nice. We're just not getting contracts for them. But anyway, we're going to dock this thing. We're going to refuel our lander, and we're going to get the rest of those arches. I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it myself. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube. If you want to see more, please subscribe. I'm Superfluous J, and I will, as always, talk at you later.